Hiya folks, this is Ben King Rap. In this video, you will learn about the criminal records and dark side of the American rapper DMX. Please like the video, subscribe to our channel, and stay tuned for new videos. Let's get started. DMX, whose real name was Earl Simmons, had a history of legal troubles throughout his life. He was arrested numerous times over the years for charges including drug possession, animal cruelty, weapons offenses, and driving offenses. The exact number of times DMX was arrested is unclear, as he had a lot of trouble with the law throughout his life. Some reports suggest that he was arrested over 25 times during his lifetime. Earl Simmons was born on December 18, 1970, and grew up in Mount Vernon, New York. He had a rough and traumatic childhood. When the dad left the family as soon as Earl was born, Earl's young mother has gone through a difficult time. DMX says that her mother was on public assistance and it was so hard for her to pay bills and take care of children. Earl and his mother Arnett Simmons had a troubled relationship. DMX says his mother never really cared about him and made him feel like he wasn't worth anything. Earl had a bronchial asthma and he has been hospitalized many times due to shortness of breath in his childhood. He says that one night he had to go back to the hospital 3 times because the drugs doctors were giving kept making him sick. Young Earl was often getting beaten by his mom and his mom's different boyfriends with belt or extension cord. In 1975, when Earl was 5 years old, they moved to the School Street apartment project in Yonkers, which later became one of the most dangerous and impoverished areas in Yonkers. In elementary school, his teachers were describing Earl as manipulative. Earl remembers that he was smarter than his peers. He used to be a problem child at school and in the neighborhood. He had attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. He was attacking his schoolmates and stealing their toys in elementary school. At the end of the 5th grade, he was expelled from school, and the judge told his mom that she is incapable of taking care of Earl and sent 10-year-old Earl to a children's home for 18 months. At the age of 14, he escaped from home and started loitering in New York. Stray dogs became his friends on the streets at night. When his mother learned about it, he was sent to a boys' home again. DMX later told in an interview how his crack addiction began at 14 when a 30-year-old music mentor Reddy Ron offered him a marijuana cigarette that had been laced with crack cocaine. This guy, he introduced me to the best part of my life, which would be the rap, but he passed the blunt around and I hit the blunt. I later found out that he laced the blunt with crack. Why would you do that to a child? He was like 30 and he knew I looked up to him. Why would you do that to someone who looks up to you? 1985, DMX committed his first robbery. At that time, he was an ignorant high school kid in need of money. He jumped out of some bushes on the side of the building, snatched a lady's pocketbook off her shoulder, and ran away. DMX says he bought his first pair of Timberland boots with that money. He was first sent to prison in 1986 for stealing a dog, and he spent 2 years in a juvenile correctional facility in New York. A couple of weeks after he began his sentence, he escaped from prison. When he returned home, his mother forced him to turn himself in. He completed his sentence at the McCormick Juvenile Detention in New York. In 1988, he was arrested for carjacking. Until 2000, he was in and out of jail for extortion, animal cruelty, unlicensed driving, drug possession, and identity falsification. In prison, he started to focus on writing rap lyrics and rapping. Soon he realized rap was his salvation. In 1991, he signed to Columbia Records' subsidiary label Rough House Records. After his debut single Born Loser went unnoticed and he made his second single make a move in 1994. In 1998, his professional music career started with his first album, It's Dark and Hell is Hot, which included the single Rough Riders Anthem. In 1999, the Fort Lee Police Department executed a search warrant in DMX's home, and he surrendered himself on the account of weapon possession charges. The same year, he was charged with animal cruelty because he kept a dozen pit bulls at his New Jersey home. Once he agreed to accept responsibility and make public service announcements for an animal rights group, the charges were dropped. From 2001 to 2017, he was either arrested for short time or released on bail for drug possession, driving without license, assault against prison guards, animal cruelty, disorderly conduct, impersonation of federal officer for carjacking, possession of a weapon, criminal mischief, menacing, and driving under the influence of drugs and alcohol, violating parole, attempted aggravated assault, alcohol in public, robbery, and tax evasion. DMX's legal troubles were often intertwined with his struggles with addiction and mental health, which he was open about in his music and public statements. Despite these challenges, he remained a beloved figure in the hip-hop community, known for his powerful voice, raw lyrics, and energetic performances. His music often featured raw, aggressive lyrics and dealt with issues related to his own life experiences, including his struggles with addiction, poverty, and crime. While his music was often associated with gangster rap, he was also known for incorporating elements of gospel and spirituality into his music, which set him apart from other rappers in the genre. He was a devout Christian and frequently referenced his faith in his music. In interviews, he described his writing process as being very spontaneous and organic. He would often come up with lyrics on the spot, improvising based on the beat and the emotion of the moment. DMX was known for his powerful and energetic delivery, which helped to bring his lyrics to life. His unique voice and cadence set him apart from other rappers of his time. While his writing process was often described as being very raw and spontaneous, he was also known for his skill as a storyteller. Many of his songs featured vivid descriptions of the struggles and hardships that he had faced in his life, and he was able to connect with his audience on a deep and emotional level through his lyrics. Over the years, DMX struggled with addiction to cocaine, crack cocaine, and other drugs. His addiction often led to legal troubles and health problems, and he entered rehab numerous times in an attempt to overcome his addiction. In 2016, a near-fatal overdose saw DMX collapse in the parking lot of a hotel in New York. He was revived when a paramedic injected him with an anti-opioid used to reverse the effects of a heroin overdose. The following year, he canceled a series of performances to re-enter rehab. Prosecution for tax evasion followed in 2018, with the rapper owing $1.7 million in unpaid taxes from income made between 2002 and 2005. He was also found to have failed to have filed taxes from 2010 to 2015, during which time he was estimated to have made at least $2.3 million. He was released from prison in January 2019 and was working on a new album at the time of his death. In April 2021, DMX passed away at the age of 50 after suffering a heart attack, which was reportedly brought on by a drug overdose. Thank you for watching this video. Please like the video and subscribe to our channel for more interesting upcoming videos.